Hello, welcome back my children of class 12. Last video I have explained you about the replication of DNA, and this diagram we have seen how and what all are the enzymes involved, and I told you DNA replication is a teamwork and a team of so many enzymes are participating in, and what is their role, all that we have explained. So today I want to explain an experiment which proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So we have learned everything. Now, why is it semi-conservative? So semi-conservative replication of DNA. So first let us understand why is it semi-conservative replication, and then we will go to an experiment performed by two scientists, and they proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So let us revise what we have learned. So these are the two parental strands. This is the parent DNA, and this is opened. The two strands are opened by the helicase enzyme, and both will act as the template. 3,5 and 5,3 both will act as the template, and new DNA strands are synthesized on both. So here the leading strand, which is synthesized continuously, so it is the continuous strand, on the 3,5 parent strand, 5,3 direction, continuous strand is synthesized, and in the 5,3 strand, again 5,3 direction, but opposite direction, small fragments are synthesized, and Okazaki fragments we've learned. And this is the lagging strand, and the lagging strand will be joined by the enzyme, ligase enzyme, and finally continuous strand is formed. So two daughter DNAs will be formed. This is all we have understood, and today I'll tell you why this is known as semi-conservative replication. Why is it semi-conservative replication? So these both are the parent strand, and on both the parent strand, the new strand is formed. So half of the, in daughter DNA, half of the strand or one of the strand is parent strand, and the other strand is newly synthesized. So half is conserved. So here also same on the 5,3 strand also, this 5,3 strand is the parent strand, and on which the new strand is synthesized. So in both the parental strands or both the DNA strands, one is old, that is parental strand, and the other is new. Same here. So this method of replication or this mode of replication is known as semi-conservative mode of replication. Now, some of the other theories also proposed, means other ways of replication also is explained. We'll just see what they were, and this we have to understand very clearly. So we are going to learn that it is proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So before that, let us see what are the different models proposed by. So there were three theories of how DNA replication takes place. So one is the conservative model, second is the semi-conservative model. This is what we have learned in detail, and the third is dispersive model. You just should know what are these two also. Then we will learn in detail semi-conservative model and the experiment performed to prove it. So conservative model means it suggests that the parental DNA remained intact, and that a separate daughter DNA copy was built up from new molecules of the deoxyribose, nucleotides. Of the two molecules present, it would be made entirely new material, while the other would be entirely original material. So we can understand that from this diagram. This is the semi-conservative model. This is the semi-conservative model we are familiar with, we have learned. And this is the conservative model. The two strands will synthesize new strands, but what happened is finally in the daughter DNA, both the parental strands come together and form the parent, they are just like the parent strand. And the two new strands nucleotide strands got together and they form the second new strand. So in one, it is both the strands are the parental one, and in the second one, both the strands are new. So this is called, so both the parental strands are conserved, so it is called a conservative mode of replication. Okay, conservative mode of replication. Okay, and this is the first generation, and the second generation, these will be they will be separated, and then form the second replication also, same thing, conservative, parent strand is conserved and the new strands are, see, they both will synthesize the strand like this, and one is new and one is old, and from here these also, now this is the parent, so they will synthesize both the strands, both the DNA like their own. Okay, I mean, both the parental strand come together and both the new strands will also come together. So this is called a conservative. Conservative because both the parental strands are come together and form one of the daughter DNA. And the third method is called the dispersive model. Let us see dispersive model and come back to this diagram. This predicted that parental DNA would be broken down and the nucleotides replicated. After the parental DNA is broken down, the nucleotides in them replicated before being dispersed, and they will be dispersed randomly throughout. Okay, and then the new molecule would contain, and the new DNA molecule will form, and which contain both new and original randomly, and they are randomly distributed and not necessarily with the equal amount. So whatever way, they will be old and new strands mixed. See this is the parental DNA will break, and all the fragments of the DNA will synthesize new strands, and they will join anyhow randomly. So the daughter DNAs contain parental strand as well as, so part of them are parental, part of them are new strands, and they are mixed and they produce like this. So these are the three modes of DNA replication. Okay, this is for your knowledge that I said, and what we are going to learn is the semi-conservative model that we already in the last video I have explained the details about it. Now, two scientists in 1958, Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl, performed an experiment. So their experiment is known as Meselson and Stahl's experiment. And after doing the experiment, they published the result, providing strong evidence that the cells use semi-conservative replication mode to produce the new DNA molecule. So we have learned about semi-conservative model, and Meselson and Stahl's experiment proves that semi-conservative DNA replicates semi-conservatively. So they did the experiment. Their experimental material was E. coli, Escherichia coli. Cells were grown for many generations in a medium where ammonium chloride, in which nitrogen, heavy isotope of nitrogen is there, N50. Normal isotope, you know, N40. But they grew the bacteria E. coli in this medium, this culture medium having NH4Cl, that is ammonium chloride, having N15 isotope of nitrogen. Okay. So then a heavy isotope of nitrogen, this is 15N, which contains one more neutron, that is why N50. So naturally occurring is N14. So normal bacteria will contain N14. Wherever in the nucleotide nitrogenous bases, nitrogen is N40. But they were experimentally grown for several generations in N15 culture medium, so that finally they produce both in DNA both the strands N15. So unlike radioactive isotopes, this N15 is stable also, and thus they don't decay. I mean, they are not radioactive, so they does not decay, so it is stable also. So it was a good material culture medium for the experiment. So see this. So after this experiment, Meselson and Stahl proved that DNA replicates semi-conservatively. So which year? In 1958, by using the E. coli, bacterium E. coli. So what did they do? They grew equalized cells for many generations in a medium which contained N15 in ammonium chloride. So heavy isotope of nitrogen N15, which had been substituted for the normal N40. So the pyrimidine bases in DNA contain nitrogen N15. So thus the DNA grown on N15 will have a greater density because N15 is heavier. So the bacteria which are having DNA in which N15 is there, they are denser. Okay, and than the one which are having N14. So molecules, since the molecules are different densities, can be separated by equilibrium density gradient centrifugation, and they proved that the DNA, by this experiment they proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. Let us move to the experiment. So this is centrifugation done after doing. You can see this red one. See, this is the experiment. Because N15 is heavier, DNA containing N15 is more dense, or it is denser than DNA with the normal isotope of nitrogen. So it can be separated by cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation. So after centrifugation, what happens? See, N15 heavier settles down, and N14 because it is lighter than this one. So see, this is N15 and N14, both were there, and after centrifugation, see density gradient centrifugation, see denser one at the top, and denser N15 containing DNA settled at the bottom, and the N14 one lighter settled at the top or in this region. So this is what they did. Now let us see their experiment. So please understand that. Let us see this. This is the they have grown the bacterium in N15 medium, ammonium chloride culture medium. So what happened? The original DNA. Okay, after several generations, they got the DNA with both the strands having N15 nitrogen, both the strands. So it is N15 DNA, we can say. So original parent molecule, and this is the heavy DNA because of N15. Okay. Now what did they do? They allow this bacteria to reproduce, and this DNA is replicated. So you know that as we have learned in replication, both the strands are opened, and on both the strands, new strands are produced. See, old strand, and this is the new strand is produced. So this is the old strand, template strand, on which new strands are produced by following anti-parallel rule. That all you should remember. We have already done that. So first generation daughter molecules, all of them were N14, N15. Why? The medium was now, this medium was now N14 medium. So they can pick up the new nucleotide strand which are containing N14. N15 is not there, N14 medium, it's grown. They are grown in the N14 medium. So old strands are N15 medium separated, and the N14 new strands are produced in there. Isn't it? So first generation daughter molecule. So all of them were hybrid DNA. Hybrid means one strand is parental N15 and the other strand is N14. Now they are allowed to produce the second generation. But I think you remember bacteria reproduce within 20 minutes, isn't it? 20 to 30 minutes. So in 20 minutes to 30 minutes, you get the next generation. So next generations are produced. Then you know what will happen. See, these will be, both the strands will be separated, and in which one will be N14. So and in the N14, new strand also will be N14. So in the second generation, then N15 and N14 are there, and N14 and N14 are there. See, hybrid DNA. So when the centrifugation is done, see the hybrid DNA separated. इसमें कोई N15 नहीं है, क्योंकि in the medium there is only N14 nucleotides are there. Okay, so hybrid DNA N14 and 15 is here, and N14 is more lighter, so they are settled at the top. Okay, so this is the second generation. So by this experiment, Michelson and Stahl proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So they proved semi-conservative replication of DNA. That was the result of this experiment. Okay. So without doubt, it is proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So you can see again result of Michelson. A is the position of original parent. This is heavier N15 and 15 strand. And here it is second generation N14 and 15 because they are grown in the N14 medium. So layer of intermediate DNA. And in here layer of lighter DNA because N14 strand will pick up N14 nucleotides and the new strand will be N14. So N14 N14 and N14 N15. Okay. So this is how they have proved that DNA replication is semi-conservative. So what is the conclusion? Same. In one sentence you can write semi-conservative replication. So the experiment done by Michelson and Stahl demonstrated that DNA replicated semi-conservatively, meaning that each strand in a DNA molecule serves as a template for synthesis of new complementary strands. Although Michelson and Stahl did their experiment in the bacterium E. coli, now we know today that semi-conservative DNA replication is a universal mechanism shared by all organisms on the planet, not only in bacteria, but in all organisms, including us. So some of our cells are replicating their DNA semi-conservatively right now when we are doing this. Okay, so I hope you have understood this experiment. Thank you very much. Please, if you have understood, please like and subscribe this video. Thank you.